Target of Obsession by John S. McCormick. Leave me alone, Jeremy screams into his phone. I swear I will call the police. Kathy calmly responds back. It's never going to be over, hon. We are stuck together for life until we die. Remember, I have all your personal information, sweetie. That's it. I'm calling the police, Jeremy threatens. Go ahead, dear. I plan to call mine, too, Kathy says, still speaking calmly. Flashback 18 months. Hi, Jeremy. Are you really from Minnesota? Unfortunately, I am still here. I wish I was in Los Angeles like you. I really like your posts and comments in Mike's group. Hope we can become friends here, Kathy writes in a personal message on a social networking site. After messaging each other many times and realizing they had so much in common, Jeremy decided to become online friends with Kathy. However, immediately after doing so, he started to become concerned about knowing her. Can you text me, love? Kathy asked Jeremy one day. Jeremy never gives his phone number out to people he barely knows, so he was hesitant to give it to Kathy. He used an excuse. I hate to text and prefer sending personal messages online. But she was persistent. I'm going to be away from my computer while I'm out of town, and would love to be able to still stay in contact with you. So Jeremy broke down and texted Kathy, which gave her his phone number. It went from texting to Kathy calling him often. He began regretting giving it to her and knowing her in general. Hun, give me your address. I want to send you something, Kathy texted. It's a recording of a show that describes what I went through with my brother. Kathy had shared that she was sexually abused by her brother as a kid. Jeremy felt very uncomfortable, her asking this, so he quickly said, Tell me what show it is, and I can watch it online. Kathy continued trying to get Jeremy's address by always wanting to send him something, but he managed each time to come up with a believable reason not to have to give it to her. Then one day, Kathy called Jeremy saying, Sweetie, I know it's your birthday next week, and I want to send you something you can really use. I just need your address to send it. Finally, Jeremy was stuck. He had no excuse not to give her his address, so he gave it to her. Days later, he received an expensive set of cookware, which he didn't need since he never cooks, and she knew that. Then the gifts kept coming. There was a potato ricer, books, chocolates, a CD of her favorite musical, and she even mailed him homemade chicken soup when he had the flu. But it was when he received one gift that he got confused. So he asked her why she sent it. I bought both of us the same color blanket. When we use them at the same time, it will be like we are together, snuggling. You know you are the husband I never had, Kathy explains in a personal message. This really confused and concerned Jeremy. He had no desire to be intimate with Kathy. Soon after, Kathy's mood and personality started to change. One day, Jeremy received a frantic text from Kathy saying, I need you. I'm so upset. So Jeremy called her, and she said, I am an awful person. I just hurt a good friend that I now feel I lost forever. You don't want to know me. I will just let you down like I always do everyone I know. Confused and concerned, Jeremy tries to respond supportively. Kathy, I'm not sure what happened, but I know you are a good person. I'm sure you and your friend will work it out. Damn, I do it every time. I always hurt people, honey. You better just forget about me. I'll just end up hurting you too. Stunned, Jeremy keeps trying to be supportive until Kathy calms down. Thanks, love. You are an angel. My brother by choice, Kathy says. These types of conversations continued over a period of several months. Kathy became more and more dependent on Jeremy's continued support. He sent her flowers on her birthday and a journal to encourage her to write her feelings down. Things turned for the worse a few months later, with Kathy just a couple of days past Christmas. Jeremy received a panic text from Kathy. Are you there? I need you. Jeremy texted her back that he was here for her. Kathy goes on to say she all of a sudden needs to borrow $10,000 for a new roof and a heater. Stunned, Again by Kathy. Jeremy didn't know what to do, so he says he doesn't have that kind of money. Kathy then blew up on him texting. What do you mean? That's a lie. I know you have a lot of money. Jeremy then remembers he told her one night while intoxicated after a party that he had had a six-figure job before and sent his mother $18,000 to help save her house. But that was many years ago. Kathy, I used to years ago, but since my illness, I don't make that kind of money anymore. I'm literally broke for the most part, Jeremy says in a text. That's crap and you know it. You just don't want to give it to me. Some brother you are. What a joke that is, Kathy types. Jeremy decides to just not text back, but Kathy continues sending nasty texts. She also starts sending nasty personal messages online. Jeremy finally tells her in a personal message and text to leave him alone and never contact him again. Jeremy hoped her harassment was over, but on New Year's Eve, he gets a text from Kathy that says, Happy New Year from Minnesota. She sent it her local time. Jeremy texts her back, Need to move on and say goodbye in the new year. Always will pray to God for the best for you, but please sever our ties. We tried and it didn't work. Have a great life. Please do not contact me again and leave me alone now. Kathy responds, very nasty texting. You are a liar and a fake. You never cared about me, and I don't need your prayers. Jeremy just ignores her. But then she started calling, along with texting. After 32 calls in a row, Jeremy picks up the phone. Flashback to present. Jeremy decides to call the police in Kathy's hometown first, but they said it was a Los Angeles matter since the harassment is happening there. So he calls his local police station and 2 officers come out. However, they explain they are swamped because it's New Year's Eve and ask Jeremy to go to the police station tomorrow to file a police report. When he does, he is there and he also changes his phone number. He deletes an email address Kathy had for him, and on the following day obtains a temporary restraining order against her. Jeremy now waits to see if the harassment is over. He has concern is that Kathy has his home address. He prays she will just go on to her next victim and finally leave him alone, but he has had a feeling it might not ever be over, like Kathy said, until they die.